Hey, Dave here from Pewcentric, the marketplace where firearms enthusiasts just like you discover unique gear, services, and training. Basically, everything but the guns. Pewcentric Spotlight is our ongoing series focusing on taking a deep dive into interesting and fascinating solutions on the Pewcentric marketplace. And today we're going to be focused not on this light, but what holds this light to the pistol. To talk more about it, I've invited Bill Baldyga from Magnum Airpower to tell us all about it. Hey, Bill.
Thanks, Dave.
So let's take it back to the beginning.
Yep.
So why does this product exist? And I can tell you how I first encountered you long before, Pewcentric.
Yeah.
But I want to know why you made this.
Yeah.
Why does this exist?
I do this with everything. Around the time of the pandemic, I became a little bit more concerned about things like home defense. Have firearms, I know how to use them. I've been tactical shooting for, years, but it became more of an issue. I decided, you know what, I need a dedicated home defense pistol, not just that I have a pistol. Um, and, I decided that, I think I should put a flashlight on it. So I bought my first pistol flashlight ever, around 2020, 2021, and it was a TLR 7, 7A. I put this gun through some torture up at the shooting range, and I didn't really have that many rounds through it when the light started coming loose. And I didn't even think to check it. I thought at one point, my finger hit it, and I thought that light felt loose. Take a couple more shots, and the light falls off. So it's like, wow, this is going to be an issue because I had that thing snugged down pretty good, and I had thread locker on it. Um, I had taken it apart, checked everything out before I ever mounted it on the gun, and I said, well, I think I'm going to put a little thread locker on this before I tighten it down. So I did, and I didn't shoot it for a couple of days. The thread locker was nice and set, came loose with the thread locker on it. So tightened it down, shoot a little more, it comes loose again. Next trip to the range, it falls off on me. So basically, over the course of a couple of range trips, I realized this is going to be a problem. I should probably figure out a better way to mount this light because I like the light. So I started tinkering with different screws. I figured out the thread size really quick. And then I started guessing at about what length the screw would need to be for everything to be recessed and not interfere with sliding in and out of a holster, different spacers to use, different types of screw heads. And I finally, after spending about $400 ordering stuff from suppliers, I got the perfect combination that held up. And so the original one, I didn't put any thread locker on it. And this is the original one. This actually has the first screw that I ever put in a TLR is still in this gun. Um, yeah,
Wow,
so that's probably got,
that's a testament to quality right there. So your motivation was durability and not having it fall off the gun,
right.
which is interesting because that is not at all the reason I sought it out, which was just the complete frustration with the system that it comes with to attach the pistol, the ease of using that
Yeah.
system. I just wanted to make it easier to put on and off. And the fact that it stays on and never moves is just the side benefit. You're the opposite. That's interesting.
You got to build something or design something that isn't going to fail. And the simplest way to do it is usually the best way to do it because the less complications there are, the less opportunity there is
Well,
for
I
something to
mean,
go
your
wrong
design couldn't be
or get done.
simpler. It's a
So,
screw.
yeah,
Right.
right. And that was the whole point. I just wanted to replace it with a screw. And in this case, a washer was necessary for the smaller light. I was able to find a screw that had that had a wider head on it for the larger TLR1. Um, but it was just a simple way to mount the light. But the whole point was I was putting something on the market that was useful to me, and I was hoping, well, if other people find it useful and it makes their lives better, all right, good. We did a good thing at the end of the day.
Well, let's talk about your customers. How many of these do you think you've sold over the years? And tell me some stories from your customers and the feedback from your customers. I mean, you already know my feedback.
Yeah.
I was a customer before I started in Pewcentric, and I demanded that you make one for the other model. Right.
We come up with one for the TLR1. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's everybody. Yeah, it's military, security people, anybody that carries a firearm, law enforcement. I get a lot of the people that contact me are police officers in various states. And they just some law enforcement officers I've talked to that They they tried it out themselves. It worked really well for them, so they started posting on forums and telling all their buddies about it. And the next thing you know, I'm getting 200, 300 orders from that area because all the other officers on the force start ordering it, or the ones that read it in the forum start ordering it. So yeah, probably around I'd say 6,000 roughly, maybe a little more.
That's amazing. So we're talking law enforcement, individuals, military, current, former military. But with success comes people trying to copy
Oh
that
yeah.
success. So can you talk a little bit about some of the challenges around that? I mean, again, part of the goal of Pewcentric is to create a safe marketplace for authentic, original innovators like yourself, where you don't have to compete with cheap knockoffs
Right.
that don't work and you're stuck holding the bag. So talk a little bit about your challenges with that.
So as soon as I posted those TLR7 screws on eBay, I had a few watchers right in the beginning, and so they see other people are ordering it, they'll order one, they'll they'll check out all your measurements, your thread size, whatever the part is that you're selling, they'll figure it all out, and then the next thing you know, they're competing with you on eBay. And I've had it to the point where some of them actually used my pictures and just copied and pasted my listing descriptions into their ads. Yeah, if you're going to steal somebody else's idea, why go through the effort of taking your own pictures and writing your own description? Where I have a problem with it is when they're selling something that I can tell, from looking at the picture or from what other customers, customers who have bought both will tell me, hey, I bought this kit from this other guy, and here's the problems with it. The screw was only grade 12, 10.9. It bent when I got to 8 inch pounds, this kind of stuff. Or it sticks up, it doesn't fit in the holster, the screw was too long, or it stripped out on me, or, so I might get one in 1,000 purchases, I might get a complaint. Whereas a lot of my customers have bought stuff from other sellers and just contacted me right away and said, "Wow, this is really garbage." Um, so yeah, it's a little frustrating because the whole reason why I have them on the market is to help people. Yeah, and I like that about Pewcentric. The idea of Pewcentric, genuine. Because you're able to monitor. It's not like eBay where they can't hire enough people to monitor everything everybody puts on there. And then when you hire a bunch of people, how do they discern what is genuine and what is not? You have the
That's right.
ability, as an individual monitoring your website, you have the ability to research everything and feel these things out and find out what's genuine and what's not. So yeah, that should
Well,
make.
let me tell you already how many people have tried, and Pewcentric's only been around a short time.
Yep.
It people come out of the woodwork. It's like, hey, I want to take this mass-produced product that I didn't invent or innovate and put on there. It's like this doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit with what we're trying to build here on Pewcentric. And I knew that's why you were going to be one of my first phone calls when when I launched this business. And as you saw while we were talking, I took off and put on the light like twice, on this gun. And I assure you that was not the case when I had the original equipment on the gun. Like taking this, first of all, what is this thing called? It finally figured out it was called the E clip or the C clip, and then finding videos on like how to take this damn thing off the damn screw. I could do a whole
Yeah.
15-minute video of just hilarious outtakes of me taking this off of the one of these screws. And here it is. Tighten it, unscrew it, simple. It works. And I know that it's very unlikely that I'm going to be in a self-defense situation, but I never put a single thing on my pistol unless it's been proven at 2,000, 3,000 rounds, and then it might make it into the EDC rotation. Your stuff has made it there, and I do trust my life with it. So if you want to connect with the 100% authentic Bill Baldyga at Magnum Airpower, who makes the 100% real, precise, functioning upgraded screw kit for not only your TLR7 and variants and your TLR1 and variants, make sure to connect with Bill on Pewcentric and check out his store at pewcentric.com/Magnum Airpower. Links are below in the description. And as always, please like and subscribe. It helps grow the Pewcentric community, and we'll catch you next time.